black love. My grandmother always said that at night you should never open the door if someone knocks on it or rings. She knew a lot and explained it this way. After 12 o'clock at night, it is very easy to let evil spirits into the house, which will harm you in all ways. When conversations about dark forces began, my grandmother always told this story. I tell on her behalf. My friend lived in a neighboring house. We always actively communicated with her. We had many common interests. One night, Celine hears an active knock on the door. The time on the clock is midnight. Who can knock at such a time? At home she was only with the cat, and he ran away from the door and hissed from the corner. He obviously didn't like what was happening. The friend was frightened and decided to wait until this nightmare was over. She read a prayer and asked for protection from the forces of light. The next night, everything happened again, but the friend's fear intensified. And on the third night, exactly at midnight, a terrible knock on the door kept her awake. In the village we had a woman who was engaged in magic and sorcery. Celine went to her. The fortune teller told her that someone had called for death to take Celine's life. If Celine had opened the door on one of the 3 nights, in 3 weeks she would have been in the next world. The sorceress definitely saw death outside the door, which persistently knocked on the door. As it turned out later, this ceremony was performed by a woman who fell in love with Celine's husband. While her husband was away, she performed a ceremony for Celine to open the door and say goodbye to life. The fortune teller told Celine exactly what needs to be done to ward off death and end the action of black magic. She followed all the instructions, and the terrible knock did not bother her anymore. And the lady in love paid for her black magic. Death claimed her life exactly 3 days after Celine performed her protective rite.
Thank you for your attention. Subscribe to the channel.